So Hollywood's getting back to the 80s theme in horror film, where you have tension and suspense overriding the big ass sound effects that you hear at the movie theater when somebody jumps in or something like a jump scare. So that's really cool to see. Hey guys, thank you for joining the quest again today. I'm your host Marques Underwood, and today I'll be reviewing We Are Still Here, which is directed by Ted Geohagen. I think I said his name right. And it stars Barbara Crampton, who's a famous 80s scream queen. Now what the plot of this movie is that this old married couple moves into this house after their son dies in this car crash. And what they find out at the house is that it's really possessed, kind of like Amityville horror type of thing, the spirits around. And they're just trying to make sure that their souls don't go to hell along with their sons that's already dead. And I really enjoyed this movie. To me, this movie kind of had like an 80s vibe, kind of like The Guest or It Follows that came out earlier this year. It just had this 80s vibe that kind of, I guess it's like new in Hollywood. They're just trying to bring back the classic feel. Instead of relying only on jump scares, they rely on the suspense and the tension, and I really thought that was cool. I thought the acting was good. Like I said before, it stars Barbara Crampton, who is known for doing all these scream queen stuff. So it helps in that aspect. And everybody else is pretty good too, in my opinion. And it kind of turns a horror cliche in its head, because usually in horror films, the stars in the movie is usually teens. But in this case, it was old couples, and I thought it was just really refreshing to see that. Just a new take along with the 80s theme. It's just kind of like something new that I never really saw before. And I like the end of the movie too. I don't want to spoil it, but I've never really seen that before in a horror movie, at least in one like this. And I would say this horror movie is kind of like Insidious mixing with the 80s thrill too, just because, you know, when the jump scares occur, it really is a legit reason why. So I would say if you're a fan of the Insidious franchise, you should check this out too. It's not as scary or as terrifying, but it's still good in that aspect. I will say the movie died down after a while once you got the gist of it. Like I said earlier, with it having an 80s theme to it, it doesn't really feel all that fresh. I felt like I kind of seen it before with all these horror movies that's doing the same thing. So that kind of takes away the thrill ride of it, but it's still good. So I'm feeling a B for this one, a 3.2 out of 5. Like I said before, if you're a fan of 80s horror, you should check this out. If you're a fan of like The Conjuring or anything James Wan, Insidious, check this out too. It's a little bit of a mixture of both. It's a refreshing take with the 80s theme and with the old people being the main characters of the story. So I would say check this out. It's probably on demand. That's where I saw it, video on demand. I know it's on the Xbox One, probably PS4, probably Amazon. So just check it out and rent it if you're interested in this. Have you seen Are We Still Here? If you have, comment below, subscribe to my channel, join the quest. I'm your host Marques Underwood, and thank you for watching.